Thank you.
All right.
That's all I have.
May I ask a question?
Of course you can.
All right. In regards to this incident,
Yes, ma'am.
was he living with you during this time?
Yes.
All right. And these people he was involved with, did you know them beforehand?
No. If I could clarify a little bit.
Sure.
So, military, firefighter, paramedic, and then I went into oil field patrolling.
Mhm.
But prior to COVID, and actually up past COVID, I worked overseas, Venezuela, Africa, Mozambique. So I was gone quite a bit. So he predominantly stayed with me when I was in country, which was for 3 weeks at a time, every other month. But the rest of the time he stayed with his mother on that side of town.
Okay.
So yes, he had those friends and everything happened on the west side of town, southwest side of town. I live on going towards Florida off of 181. Since this incident, I've been home 100% of the time. I work in West Texas now. And yes, he lives with me 100% of the time now. So I'm not saying this is an excuse because it's definitely not an excuse.
Here, this isn't a defense packed with excuses. It's a parent taking on some of the blame. That kind of vulnerability can hit differently during sentencing. But let's be clear. In the courtroom, empathy doesn't erase gunfire.
Absent a lot with him growing up because I was overseas. But it's not an excuse because I was still there every other month and spent a lot of quality time with him. It might not have been quantity, but it was quality time for him to know that this was not what he should have done. But yes, now I'm with him 100%, or rather, he's with me 100% of the time.
All right. And did he talk to you about this incident
Yes.
immediately thereafter?
No, it took some prodding. I mean, more so because he felt when he did break down, you could tell that he was more ashamed of the fact that he did something that he let me down. I not necessarily overbearing, but the military and then firefighter, paramedic, and I've kind of a little bit structured a little bit when I was with my kids, both my kids. And so when he did break down and let me know about everything that happened, obviously I told him we need to do something about it. And in 2023, when we thought it was going to all be resolved in December, January with Michael, we said, okay, let's get back on track. And we spent the time and paid the money for him to get his commission with the state and, follow and work because his mother's commissioned as well. And said that if you want to do, that's fine. But we need to figure out the job. We need to figure out a career. And so we've been talking about the CDO and him getting with me in the oil field and trying to get away from him. And he has not been with those friends, obviously, because they're locked up, but he's not been involved with anybody on that side of town since.
All right. Thank you. Any other questions?
No, Judge.
And I know you're silent, but any questions about?
I know you stated that you understand. So did you view the police reports in this case or?
Not since the incident, yes.
Okay.
But not obviously when he was arrested.
Okay. So, you understand that your son made an.
This is where the gravity of the case sinks in. Over 200 bullet holes, toddlers inside, multiple people at risk. Under Texas law, that's more than reckless behavior. It's aggravated deadly conduct, and the sentencing that follows comes with serious bite.
Agreement with these individuals. So these individuals told him, hey, this is what we're going to go do. And your son agreed to go with them. You understand that, correct?
Yes.
And your son did fire his firearm into that house.
Yes, he did.
And it was occupied by multiple people. There were two 2-year-olds inside that home.
Yeah, and I told him, despite the fact that they didn't believe anybody was there, you still fired.
Yes. And besides the two 2-year-olds that were there were other adult individuals in the home as well. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And one of the victims describes that there were over 200 bullet holes inside their home. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And your son was aware of this and agreed to engage in this type of conduct back in 2022.
From what I understand, and only from my son's recollection, is that he didn't think it was going to be all what it ended up becoming. Yes, he knew what they were going to go do, but he didn't believe it was going to be as impactful as it was.
So I guess It's my understanding he just didn't believe that the home was occupied, but he understood that he was.
Yeah,
gonna be
but
in-
he didn't understand that they were gonna do as much damage as they ended up doing.
Okay, but he's still engaged
Yes.
shooting the firearm.
Yes.
He passed the witness.
Are there any other questions?
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you for giving me some insights into your son.
Thank you.
So,
Any other witnesses?
yes, Judge, I do want to call Axel. I have some issues, I think, as far as if the state's going to be silent. I think cross-examining the witnesses in a manner in which Megan is doing, I think kind of exceeds the scope of the silent.
All right. Well, the court will note that according to the plea bargain agreement, the state is silent, but they are able to address fact issues.
Well, I understand addressing fact issues, but my understanding, Judge, is addressing fact issues as part of argument if I misstate anything, and I have no objection to that.
Okay. All right. The court will note your any objections you have with regards to this witness.
Thank you. And Judge, so I'd like to call Ethan Rosales.
Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give would be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ethan Rosales.
All right. Defense, you may proceed.
So, Ethan, you and I reviewed the PSI, right?
Yes, sir.
And I guess over the course of my representation, we've discussed the incident in question, right?
Yes, sir.
Repeatedly. And we discussed the boys you were with that night, and obviously the path they went on in their life.
Here's the reality check. The defense is stressing just how fortunate Ethan is not to be staring down capital murder charges. With that many rounds fired, the gap between deadly conduct and murder was razor thin. So the question is, if you were the judge, what call would you make?
Right?
Yes, sir.
And they're either, I guess, going to end up in prison for life or on death row, depending on whatever election the state has made. And so that kind of tells you the people you were hanging out with, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know you expressed regret about what happened to the people at when you met with the probation officer. But I guess when we looked over the PSI and you saw who was in that house, right?
Yes, sir.
You understand, I mean, how lucky you weren't here on murder or capital murder charges, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about your life since the incident. Okay. So I know your dad said after Mr. Belleville got the first charge dismissed, you went out and got your security license, right?
Yes, sir.
And level 3 is the highest level, correct?
There's actually a level 4, but
Okay.
that's private security.
Okay. So you took all these tests, you passed background checks, you got a job, you seem to have your life back on track, right?
Yes, sir.
And then, of course, this new case came out. So obviously the judge has a decision to make about what happens with your life, right? So if you're given the opportunity at probation, you heard your dad talk about the opportunities you have. Do you think you'll be able to take advantage of those opportunities?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell the judge about what happened that night, or anything you want to say to the people involved?
Yeah, I just want to say I'm sorry. I didn't know who was in there. That doesn't change the fact of my decision that I made that night, but it stopped me a lot from job opportunities and moving forward in life to make more money and just be successful.
Okay, but the reason it stopped you is because of the decision you made, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I guess if given the opportunity, do you think you'll be able to comply with any orders or conditions the judge imposes?
100%.
Okay. All right. I have nothing further.
All right. Any objections to the court asking?
No, not at all.
questions?